Hi guys, Daz here with comic haul number 29. It was a bit of a lighter week, but I have managed to pick up one or two decent books. The back issues are really drying up in my area, so I'm having to branch out, hit a few road trips. I'm expecting to have a much better haul next week, as I'm hitting a really good back issue shop down in Worcester. And I may possibly go down to Bristol as well to pick up back issues. That's my real passion, the back issues. Obviously, a lot of people show new books, and we all know about the new books. But I love it when somebody unearths a hidden gem for peanuts, basically. Let's get into the books I've picked up. Of course, not forgetting we've got Dazzie's news round coming, and of course the spec at the end, and I'll give it a little update on my 300 subscriber competition that's currently running. So into the books. First of all, of course, as a lot of you probably do, we pick up the previews. Managed to get another DC Nation, and this is issue 4. It's a good read for you DC fans. Of course, I started out being a DC collector. I'm into my 3rd year of collecting now, and for the first probably 2 years, I was solely a DC boy, thanks to the CW shows costing me an absolute fortune. That's what inspired me, particularly the Arrow show. It chased down the appearances in the shows, and it branched off from there. And then, of course, the Marvel Netflix shows came and open up another doorway for me. Okay, so talking of DC, we got the DC previews. This is really cool, these previews. I think it was Comic Vantage who recently went through the preview books in great depth. That was DC one. Here's the Marvel one. We got the big fella here. It's like an encyclopedia, that thing. But tells you all your independent titles. It's good information. Okay, on to the books. Package came from Bin Planet, and they were good this time round. You know, probably every 10 packages I get from them, probably 3 are acceptable. This was one of them, and I was delighted because it was been waiting on this cover. You know, my love for that man Middleton and his artwork. This is that stunner, different from his norm, but I still like it. I like the simplicity. It's got a French feel for me. That's issue 26. I have pre-ordered 27. It's a beauty. I think I showed it off last video. One of my other favourite artists, if you've been following my channel, is Ben Oliver. He hasn't done too much work of late, but this was a good one. On the Key Collectors app that I use, it was known as the cover of the week, and it is a beauty from Ben Oliver. And this is Lex Luthor, Porky Pig. I do like these crossovers. I didn't go with the Joker one. It's getting a bit of heat apparently, but from what I'm looking on eBay, it's not buzzing. So, you know, I'm trying to be a lot more selective with my newer books. You know, the majority of them, you're talking £3.50 to £4.50 book, and it adds up, guys, doesn't it? It really does. So I am basically staying away from all runs other than perhaps Donny Cates, because I do like Donny Cates' writing. I'm going to stick with Venom. But I actually knocked Death of the Inhumans in the head now. I'm just going to pick up the key appearances and key events. And maybe track them down later when they're in the dollar bin, sort of thing. This is a book I didn't see in too many people's. And I didn't actually, when I ordered it, realise the price tag on it. It's $7.99. Well, I didn't pay that because I bought in bulk online. I paid, what did I pay? £4.41. But this is Shattered Grid, issue 1 from Boom Studios. Power Rangers goodness. A bit more about Power Rangers at the end of my video. But the main reason I picked this up, this is the first appearance of a new Megazord. It's the conclusion of the Shattered Grid storyline. This is the regular Jamal Campbell cover. Now the book to look out for if you're a Power Rangers fan, apparently, is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 24. It's like the prelude to the Shattered Grid storyline, and that is heating up quite a bit. I've been looking for it, I can't find it as yet. I found 25, but that ain't no good to me. So I'll keep looking. I've got a couple of Power Rangers books. I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever read a Power Rangers book. I ended up reading Sonic the Hedgehog the other day, but not Power Rangers as yet. Plenty of time though, because I'm going away in a bit, and I'm going to be taking a load of books with me to get through. Again, this is a book that was highlighted on the app. James Comics talks about it as well, briefly. But this is Nightwing Annual, number 1. And this is, look at that creepy dude. Whoa. Well, this is the first appearance of Vire. Vire. And there's something to do with like a virus, I think, that attacks like the internet and stuff, I believe. Again, that's going to be one I'll be taking away with me. Looking forward to reading that. Okay, popped into a couple of LCSs. First one was a bit of a bust because I got there and they had no new issues on the shelves as yet. They were waiting for their shipment, so I picked up a back issue I'd ordered from them. Well, I say back issue, a couple of weeks old. It is really heating up. So I went to my second LCS and picked up a few books. The one book I couldn't find, Cosmic Ghost Rider 3. So I was gutted because I want a bit of Juggerduck, as we all do. So I phoned up the first one that hadn't had their shipment in, and they've put one aside for me, so I haven't missed out. But this is a good-looking book. And this is Asgardians of the Galaxy, Marvel. And this is the first appearance of the Asgardians of the Galaxy. Now, I'm not sure whether I've read that there's going to be like an animated show at some point on this. I know Comic Vantage again has been specking on Angela, who's in this book. And the team consists of Angela, Valkyrie, Throg. Is that another mashup? Thunderstrike, who is the son of the original Thunderstrike, Kevin Masterson. And the Destroyer. And finally, Scourge the Executioner. And this is the regular Dale Keown cover. I'm looking forward to reading this one. Chinist, I read his review, and it sounded promising. So looking forward to that. Read his review, heard his review. Yeah, enjoyed this first issue. It was a surprise hit for me. It was the first appearance of Telkar, and this is the second issue. And this is the partial origin of the Venom symbiote and its first host. This is the regular Mark Bagley cover. Yeah, I read 3 Venoms last week. I read Venom 5. Decent read. You know, it always is from Kate's, isn't it? And I read this Venom First Host. And my pick of the week last week was Venom, Web of Venom Vietnam. That was a brilliant read. I'm looking for, probably get the second issue of that one, because it reminded me a lot of Predator, you know, out in the jungle getting stalked and stuff. Great stuff. That's Venom First Host number 2. Probably the big book of the week. There was about 3 covers in my LCS, but they were pretty dinged up. I did look at the George Perez cover for this one, but I thought it was ugly. It was the one I was going to go with until I saw it up close, and like I say, the body proportions were all out of sync. The head was I can't remember, it was too big or too small now, but it looked awful. Of course, they had the regular cover, but that was dinged. But this was the pick of the covers for me. And this was the Ron Lim cover. And this is Thanos Legacy issue 1. Again, Kate's goodness. Now, there was meant to be... Kate's was promising some big events in this. But I don't think the events are that big. But spoiler, I believe, right at the end, we get another mashup. Come on, Marvel. We got to knock the mashups in the head a little bit now. It's getting silly, isn't it? Have we got Punisher and Thanos mixed up now in this one, I believe? But apparently Baby Thanos kicked some butt. Or no, that's in Cosmic Ghost Rider, isn't it? Yeah. Am I getting it mixed up? No, I don't think I am. Thanos Legacy, anyway. Do like this cover. This book explains how Thanos travelled from the future of Thanos Wins to be present during what occurred in Infinity Wars Prime. Okay, guys? So many Kate's books out there, I'm losing track. Now, this was a book, as much as I love Star Wars, I don't pick up Star Wars books, but the app spoke to me, and this was 2 first appearances in this book. And this is Star Wars Dr. Alpha, the annual number 2. Look out for this one, guys, if you're a Star Wars fan, because this is the first appearance of Win-Loss and Knock. Now, I think they are, one's a reptile and one's a cyborg, from what I gather. And they're hunters. They hunt monsters, I believe. And this is the Casper Wingard regular cover. Look, I've seen the characters, they look pretty cool. Like I say, I went to the first LCS and it was a bust of sorts. But I phoned them in the week and they put a book aside for me, which was great. It has got one nick in it. But this book is heating up. And this is from Aftershock Comics. And it's the B cover, which I wanted, because that is the one that's really buzzing. And this is Beyonders, issue 1. Now, I believe it was based on, it's kind of loosely based on the film of Nicolas Cage, where he's like into museums and stuff. Was it National Treasure? I believe that's the one. It's a bit of a, gets your brain working, this one. So I could be in trouble. But look out for this one, guys. It's a $15 book online. I paid $3.75 for that. Okay, some back issues. Nothing earth-shattering, but a couple of ones that's going to continue to heat up. First of all, if I see any, I'm going to pick them up for cheap. Again, there's a couple of ticks on it, but I only paid £2 for it. It's Matt Middleton again. And then this is his cover for Batgirl 15. Love it. Just love it. Look at that Mad Hatter. That is quality stuff, isn't it? Beautiful. This appeared on one of the forums recently. Now, this is a character in the next book I picked up. Paid £1.50 for it. It is a shop, a charity shop in Cheltenham. And they've basically got the whole run up to about issue 29. I picked up issue 1, which was obviously the first Moon Girl. The series. I picked up issue 19, which is the first Girl Moon. I picked up the big boy as well, issue 28, Omnipenthus or something like that. That book was going crazy online at one point. It's down to about a 20 book, but I'm glad to have it. Love to have it. And I thought I had all the Moon Girl keys because I've got Fisk, Princess Fisk, who's and Devin Dinosaur I've got as well. But this was one that's just been added to the Key Collector app, and this is apparently a 12,000 print run, and they're going to be revisiting it in issue 38 of Moon Girl, I believe. Back to, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is issue 7. I'm going to be talking about 13 after. Yeah, this is issue 7, And this is the first appearance of Kid Cree, who is Melvar. Now, the reason I picked this up is apparently there is a Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, or Devin Dinosaur now, animated show coming. And Kid Cree is going to be a player in that, by all accounts. Now, there is a variant to this, I believe, that is hotter. I couldn't find that. I'm just delighted to get this because Moon Girl series is low printed, as you know, the early books. Now, the more they're making, the larger the print runs are getting. They're probably up to 15, 16,000 now. But at the time, this was 12. Now, like I said about issue 13, I'm going to hopefully grab next week because in issue 38, there's something pretty big happening. And it involves time travel, I believe, in 38. I'm going to go back to issue 13. So that's going to have some legs, I think, issue 13. So again, Moon Girl 13, look out for. But that's the first Kid Cree. Okay? Melvar. Now, a series I'm desperate to watch, and it's still not over here in the UK, is Cloak and Dagger. Now, Cloak and Dagger in season 1 mentioned this character briefly. Well, not by name, but I think he was seen. Now, this book I picked up is the villain, and he's going to be the villain, the main villain, I believe, in season 2 of Cloak and Dagger. This is a book, I believe, from 1987, is it? It is. And this is Strange Tales, issue 8. Now, this is the first cameo appearance of the villain called Mr. Jip. What a villain name. And Mr. Jip appears in the shadows in this book, I believe. And his first full appearance is in issue 10. So this is the second volume, I think, of Strange Tales. Issue 8, Mr. Jip. Cloak and Dagger's new villain. I like a bit of TV spec. I only paid £2.79 for that. If it's cheap enough, I go with it. Because I like to read about the characters before I see them on screen, just to see how they differ. My last back issue I picked up yesterday. This book is blown up kind of thing overnight. It's going a little silly now. Of course, we had a lot of Captain Marvel news this week. And I'm going to allude to that in my news round in a bit with some books to look out for. This was one of them. Now, this is Incredible Hulk 418, Incredible Hulk. This is, again, it's on the Key Collector app. But the reason I picked this up, it's got the first appearance of a character called Talos the Untamed. Talos the Untamed. Now, Talos the Untamed is a Skrull, I believe. And he is going to be appearing in the Captain Marvel film. Probably quite a big player because he's played by a really good actor called Ben Mendelsohn. Ben Mendelsohn was the villain in Ready Player One and Rogue One. I like the actor. I think he's really good. So look out for Talos. But there's a few other things going on in this book. Apparently there's a cameo appearance by Death of the Endless. Now, as far as I've researched, Death of the Endless, what I know, is a DC character. So I'm going to have a look through that book. Because sometimes they have a little kind of crossover. That's Death of the Endless. Now, as well as that, this is obviously the marriage of Marlo Chandler and Rick Jones. Now, there's a couple of interesting bits about this. Now, the person who's officiating the ceremony is Peter David. And Peter David was the writer of the book. So that's interesting. Can you imagine writing a book? I'll stick myself in it. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Now, Rom. I picked up Rom issue 1 a couple of weeks ago. He appears in human form as well. So that's interesting. Look out for this book. Incredible Hulk 418. The final book I'm going to show. I picked it up early. When did I pick this up? I picked this up in early August. The 2nd of August, I believe. And I was doing my weekly segment of blank covers from the Cryptic Wolf, my daughter, who's getting into art. She's just started her A-level art, actually. And I asked her, she was umming and ahhing about this one, because this is a challenge, but I think she's done a good job. I picked up Old Man Hawkeye, the blank variant, and she's done the cover for me, and here it is. Old Man Hawkeye. I mean, that's pretty cool. I like it. Some good detail in there. Old Man Hawkeye. Cost me a CD. Right. Dazzie's news round. Oh. Aquaman. Can't wait. The trailer was on in the cinema. It covered my ears and my eyes. I want no spoilers. Hummed to myself, so I didn't hear it. And here, of course, we've got the villain, Mirror Master, who's been in the Flash TV show recently. Okay, Dazzie's news round. Like I say, a big week for Captain Marvel. Now, Monica Rambeau is going to be in the Captain Marvel film. She was a Captain Marvel character, I believe. Her first appearance was in Amazing Spider-Man Annual 16. If you didn't know about that. Now, obviously, I alluded to the 418 because there's a character coming up in the film. Now, Avengers 346 is heating up. And that is the first appearance of the team that's going to be in the Captain Marvel film. First Star Force team. So look out for that one. Avengers 346. Now, I've ordered a book online. Cheapest chips at the moment still. Quasar 9. I picked up, I think it was issue 33 recently as well, which is first Korath, the Pursuer. First appeared in Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, he's coming back for Captain Marvel. And there, like I said, Quasar 9 is the first appearance of a character appearing in that film, Captain Marvel, and that's first Atlas, Captain Atlas, I believe, maybe of the Star Force. A bit of news now, DC. Kelsey Grammer, he's been replaced by former James Bond star Timothy Dalton. Yeah. He was in Penny Dreadful. I've not seen that. I've heard good things about it. But he's coming in and he's going to be the chief in the Doom Patrol film, TV series on the DC streaming service. I'm really looking forward to that Doom Patrol. Brendan Fraser's back as a Robot Man. What more do you want? The new Doctor Who. Of course, we're getting that female Doctor. I'm not a fan of Doctor Who. I know there's brilliant. It's got a massive following. I just can't get on with the CGI sometimes, and the special effects aren't great. I don't hate it, you know. I like the old Doctor Who, you know, with Tom Baker and John Pertwee. Well, the new Doctor Who, that's going to air in the US and the UK at the same time in October, early October, I believe. Dave Bautista. Well, he wants a beautiful and heartbreaking and emotional Drax solo film. I bet he does. He just wants that, doesn't he? He wants more dollar. He says he doesn't care if he's recast. Yeah, all right, pal. Bit more about the DC streaming service, the Swamp Thing. That's another one I'm thrilled that's coming. Well, the Underworld director, Len Wiseman, has signed on to direct the first episode. Could be good, that. It'd be brilliant if they sort of linked to the other shows. Henry Cavill has nabbed the lead role in The Witcher. That's a comic book, I believe. I was looking at it. There's like a Prelude one, which is like $50. It's quite a lot. But that's coming to Netflix, and he's playing the lead character, which is Geralt of Riviera, or something like that. Kevin Feige, of course, the main man of Marvel. He wants more female-fronted superhero films to be the norm. I think a lot more are going to be coming. I know there's a Black Widow film. Well, I'm hoping there's a Black Widow film. I picked up the first Black Widow the other day. But what other Marvel women? Is there an A-Force? I think there's an A-Force and all-female team in there. They were talking about that, I was reading. Actress McKenna Grace has confirmed that she will be playing a young Carol Danvers. Okay, so we're going to see her as a child. There are going to be a few spoilers in here. Now, Ben Affleck's Batman script is finished, apparently. And it's the best Batman script I've ever seen, says longtime DC storyboard artist and animation director Jay Olivia. Great stuff. What I've read about it, it's going to be set in Arkham. Can you imagine that? And apparently the full Rogues Gallery is going to be there. That would be incredible. I do like Ben Affleck as Batman. This talk of him leaving, he's one of the highlights of the sort of up and down DCU for me. Jude Law has teased that his Captain Marvel role is almost a devout warrior. Is he going to be... He's Marvel, I think, isn't he? Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy and Frank Marshall have received Academy Awards producing honours. Yeah, let's hope 9's good, eh, Kathleen? Spoiler. Captain Marvel's Carol Danvers is part Kree. There's a new character coming to Black Lightning. And this character can be found in the 1985 issue of Batman and the Outsiders 25. And that character is going to be the Looker. Okay, so DC's got a new character called the Looker. Black Lightning. Okay, more. Aquaman is going to be... here he is. Look, it's going to be a PG-13. So there's going to be a few scary moments for the kids. I can't wait for that film. Robin Wright. She's returning as Antiope in Wonder Woman 1984. And finally, Mattel has just announced they're going to be launching a film studio for He-Man, Barbie, and other movies headed by the Dallas Buyers Club producer. I like He-Man. I don't know how a Barbie film is going to work though. Baffling. Okay, contest update. I've got several video entries now for my 300 subscriber competition. My channel's going crazy at the moment. As I look today, I have 396. So the competition doesn't end till 1st of October. And I'm going to be passing 400. So as soon as this one finishes, I'll be firing out another one. Crazy. Thank you everyone so much for following. It really does mean the world to me. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself because, like I say, I've got nobody to go out hunting with or anything. I'm Billy no mates, but I'll get on with it. But I wish I had the community. I wish I could get out to the States one day and meet up with some of you guys. It would be fantastic. Anyway, the entries I've got for my competition so far, I've got one from Geeky Pete, Metarog, One-Legged Books, Matilda Gothica. I think she's saying that JPL can have the prizes if she wins. JPL Flash Comics Geekdom has got one. Rayman the Silencer Man. Yeah, good friend of mine. Ethan Hunt. The comic book a thesis. Oh, I can't even read it. I can't even read my own writing. But you know who you are, mate. Is it a thesis? Oh, I know. And Go To Geeks. Thanks, guys, for everybody. There's also been comments. They've got these They've all got 4 entries each. These ones have got 1 entry each. This is Jam Sessions, Lyric Magic Moments, and Rag 718. Thank you, everyone. I'm so made up by that. A little bit more news, actually. Donny Cates has confirmed just that the Cosmic Ghost Rider does not take place in an alternate universe. Once Odin sent him back in time, the Cosmic Ghost Rider is firmly in the 616. So there you go, from the horse's mouth. Thanks to Brian Springman for that over at Comic Book Facts. Comes up with some great stuff, guys. If you haven't checked that channel out, do so, please. I'm a member of several of the speculation sites where I get my info from. Some of them are fantastic. Just a couple of things I'd like to shout out. A good friend of mine sent me a really fantastic AOK for Ethan and myself. Ethan Hunt, another Ethan. He's got a channel. He's just passed 100 subscribers. Brilliant content he puts into his videos. Stunning books. I'm going to put the link down below. Check him out, guys. Also, JPL Flash has got a new little show out. And he's teamed up... Well, I'm going to have to bear with me. He's teamed up with another YouTuber. And that YouTuber... Let me see what... Well, it's on Tuesday nights. There was a massive following for it Tuesday at 8:30. It's a UK show based, and he's asked me to be a guest at some point, so I'm excited about that. And he's teamed up with Geek McD, so check that out. And the video is called Britain's Dynamic Duo First Appearance. Again, I'll put the link down below. Good friend of mine, JPL Flash. So check that out. Okay, books that I'm picking up this week, guys. It's not an exceptional week, but there are one or two books that have excited me. Let's go. Let's get through them. This is the first one. This is Red Hood and the Outlaws. And this cover is really heating up, guys. It's coming out this Wednesday. That book is going to be huge, I believe. If you haven't ordered that, get it. And that artist is, let me just tell you, it's got Pete Woods on here. There you go. And that's from Scott Lobdell. Okay, next one I'm going to show you. This is, of course, Venom 3. This is the third printing. But because Noel's on the front, this has apparently got a bit of buzz to it. That's the Ryan Stegman cover. Now, like I say, I think this image was used in the comic book itself, which is a little disappointing because it's not a new image. But look out for that one. This is Catwoman 3. Artgerm goodness. You notice though, as good as Artgerm is, none of his covers really, really heat up, do they? Not like a Middleton's Batgirl 23. You know, they don't. And they deserve some love because he's got a massive following. Well, his next book might. I'll show you that in a sec. Champions 24. You know, I've been on a bit of... I'm always talking about Champions. There's a buzz about this, but I don't know. Because apparently there's a school shooting involved in this book. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes. They're shooting at a school in that. I don't know. Okay, this one. This one's possibly going to be a big one. This is the Virgin cover. It's coming from Image Comics. And this is Cemetery Beach. Not sure I'll grab it, but I know there's a lot of Image lovers out there. Okay, some covers in the future now to look out for. This is a stunner, just come out. And this is coming out on the 10th of October. This is from Adam Hughes. And this is Superman 4. Look at that, guys. That is beautiful. I shall be ordering that, I expect. Another one. Talked about Artgerm. This, if any, I think, could be his book to rival. It's been shown on a couple of sites already. This is his Catwoman 4. Now, there's a lot of hidden gems apparently stuck in this one. So you've got to look closely at this. That's a beauty. Catwoman 4. Wow. What else we got? And the final cover I want to show you guys is one I've already ordered because this is the first appearance, I'm going back to Power Rangers, of the Solar Ranger. But look at this cover. The new character is seen in the visor. Look at this cover. And let me just tell you who that's by. That's by Mikel Mercado. Okay? Look at that, guys. Get on board. It's got a bit of buzz going on the forums. So that's it, guys. Like I say, nothing earth-shattering, but some just books to keep your eye out for. I will do better. I'm always on the hunt. That's Dazzie. Over and out. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.